Hey y'all, Brandon Rinas here. Hope you're doing absolutely amazing. If you see my little baby's head, that's okay. She's just chilling right now. I want to start this video off by talking about a quote I listened to from Jim Rohn this week. He talked about how trees, plants, bushes, different things like that, they all grow to their absolute most highest top potential every single time, no matter what. They might not make it, they might barely survive, they might actually grow to be huge, powerful, beautiful trees, but they always grow to their max potential. And what is the difference between a tree, a bush, a shrub, and us as humans? Well, it's simple. They don't have an option. That's the way they're wired. We as humans have choice. And so this is going to be the final question for the day or for the video, and the question is going to be, what choices can you make for yourself that are going to help you live a more full life so you're reaching your highest potential? I want you to ponder that. Think about that. And I know I'm working on that for myself. I'm constantly trying to improve. In fact, the things I'm going to be talking about in this video are going to be things that I talk about or figure out in the process of every single week or every single month. I'm trying to work on myself, trying to improve. Something else that he mentioned in one of the things, it just happened to be like a Jim Rohn week this week of just learning and listening to different perspectives. And one of the things he mentioned was he had a buddy that died and he was like 40 some years old, and people were like, oh man, what a sad life he lived. He's dead. And Jim Rohn said, well, how do we know it was a sad life? What if this gentleman at 40 or 44 or whatever his age was, what if he lived 2 or 3 lifetimes worth of energy and enjoyment and getting fulfillment out of his life before he died at 44? Would you rather live to 100, getting fed by somebody else, not having to take care of yourself, living in a nice protected bubble, never going out and making a decision, never going out and trying things, pushing yourself, pushing the limits? If that's what you're looking for, maybe. But what a sad, miserable life. Isn't living life about trying things, failing at things, mastering things, and pushing yourself? Would you rather live to 100, unhappy, miserable, not because you aren't successful as a human being, you haven't tried things, you haven't been anything special, and you got babysat hand and foot? Or would you rather go out and live and try? You know, one of the things I always look about, and I mention this to people who talk about me and look at me as a crazy person as I've pursued this trail of becoming more and more successful, of actually changing my life from very broke to very successful. They look at me as nuts. And to a degree I am. But this is what it's come down to for me. And I'm not saying this needs to be the case for you, but it is for me. I would much rather, 100%, much rather be on the side of the street with a bucket begging for money, saying I did everything in my power to become successful and I failed miserably. I gave it my all. I tried, I failed, I tried again, I failed, I tried again, I failed, I tried again, and I failed. And I was learning from my failures and I still couldn't make it. I would much rather that than to end up 60 or 70 years old, barely able to survive, and to be able to say, well, I usually enjoyed 1 or 2 days out of the weekend, and now that I'm 60 years old, I can't really afford to retire, and I'm just going to survive. That's the decision I had to make. I had to go, you know what? I don't want that kind of lifestyle. I want the lifestyle that it takes where I actually try, and I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm going to be worth tens of millions. I'm going to be worth hundreds of millions. And if I don't, I will be able to say I tried. What's better than, isn't that better than living a barely surviving lifestyle? I don't know about you guys, but my parents, I love them to death, but they're barely going to survive. My dad's going to work the rest of his life barely having enough money, and that's the way he's going to die. My mom's going to be in the same boat. Most people who think they can retire can't retire. They got about 2, 3, sometimes 6 years worth of money saved up. And in the process of saving that 6 years worth of money, what did they end up doing? Working 50, 60, 70-hour weeks? Looking forward to the weekend, 2 days out of every week. Hating 5 days out of the week. Is that how you want to live? Is that how you want to live? Ask yourself. And if that's the case, don't listen to my videos because I can't help you. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for people who want to change their life, who say, I don't want that. I want to look forward to Monday as much as I look forward to Saturday. That's exactly what I wanted in my own life, and it takes a lot to change that way. But I'm there, folks. It's Sunday night, I'm sunburned, I had an awesome weekend, and I can't wait for Monday. I'm disappointed that work starts so early that I'm not able to get some of the side stuff I do every morning from 5:30 till 7:30. I usually work for 2 hours for myself, trading the stock market, learning different things. And I'm disappointed that work starts so early that I have to start it at 6:30, so I'm going to miss an hour of all the extra stuff I do on my own time, willingly, to become better, to become more successful. I'm going to end with just talking about some of the things I do. In fact, I'm going to grab this as I talk. Right now, every single week, at the end of the week, this is something I've been really working on. I just have a quick little list. It says, how was my week? And then I write down what it was good, what was bad. What actions did I take since last week? So then I write those things down. What were all my wins? What were the successes I had? What were the things I wanted to get done that I did? What were the struggles I was trying to conquer that I succeeded at? What were my challenges is another one. We all have challenges. What did you struggle with? This week was a really, really good week. I have very limited struggles. I didn't do enough book club. And I want to watch a particular trading show. It takes like 15 minutes every single morning. And I watched like 3 times this week instead of 5 times. So those were my 2 challenges. What do I need to be held accountable for? So these are the things I want to do next week. These are the things maybe I struggled with the previous week. Whatever it is, we all have our own things. I write them down for myself. And then what did I learn last week? What were the things I conquered or learned or whatever else? That's all it is. And I do this just to hold myself accountable. And now every single morning I get up and I write down what I'm going to do. So for one of my weaknesses in life is that I talk too much. Giving too much information. So I'll be talking about my boss and I'll be giving information about him and giving personal information that I don't need to give, or how many different job sites we have, or what helicopter he drives, or just stuff that I don't need to give. And so one of the things I write down every single morning is I'm going to watch what I say. And then I write down what I'm going to be doing that day. Boom, 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 boom. And I do it. And when I struggle, I try to make adjustments. Okay, why didn't I get that done? What do I need to do? And so I have my weekly goal of everything I need to do this week, and every single day I have written down what I want to do that day, and I get that done. And once you start doing that, it becomes a routine. Once it becomes a routine, it's a habit. Once it's a habit, you're able to conquer the world. You look forward to all the stuff you can get done. And for me, I had to do that because I had all this stuff I wanted to do, and at the end of the day, I'd be tired and I wouldn't know what to do because I couldn't remember. My brain would be fried or whatever else. So then I would remember at night, and then I'd be disappointed in myself. And so this is what I did to protect myself from getting disappointed. So I now write down, for example, if I'm doing the whatever throughout the day, I'm usually studying and learning different things. And while I'm studying, listening to different YouTube videos, if there's something I want to put in a video, I'm like, man, that really hit home for me. I really want to write this down. I now have a section on my phone for what I want to do every single day, and what I want to do with my videos, and what I want to do with my app development. So that way my brain, whenever I have something come up, boom, I can write it down, just boom, speak it into my phone real quick, move on with my day. And then when the week shows up, boom, I know what I want to do next week because I'm writing that down. I know what I want to do the next day because I'm writing that down. And I know what I want to do for my video because I'm writing that down. That's it, guys. That's for me. And I'm not saying this is going to work for you. All I'm doing is giving you a weekly review of what's going on in my life. Good, bad, ugly. So we're just going to end. Same question I said right at the very start of the video. A tree grows to its maximum potential. We as humans oftentimes do not go to our maximum potential, almost always do not go to our maximum potential. Why? Because we have choice. And oftentimes we choose to be lazy. We oftentimes choose to take the easy route. We oftentimes choose not to become the best person we can possibly be. Because we're worried about somebody saying something bad about us. Somebody saying we're weird. Someone saying we're special. We don't want to put in that extra hour. We don't want our family members to look down on us. Whatever it is, I don't know what it is, but what is it that you can change in your own life that will help you become your full potential, to reach the highest heights you can possibly reach? What is it that you can change for yourself? I've said this story before, and I'm going to say it again. This is what I'm going to end with. I was in a training once, And after the training, we could sign up for more training, and I couldn't afford it at the time. Or I should say, I couldn't find a way to afford it. And so we decided not to sign up, but we really wanted to, my wife and I. And so after it was all said and done, the gentleman that was doing the training, he said, "Who all signed up?" And so let's say there's 100 of us in the room. And maybe 17 people or so stood up. And the rest of us are all sitting. About 80 of us, right? We're all just sitting. There's these 17 people standing up. And the teacher says, "You better get used to that feeling. It's uncomfortable, right? Most of the people are sitting. You're standing up. You are going to be looked at. You're the weird people. Because if you want to be in the top 1%, if you want to become successful, if you want to be different than everybody else, if you actually want to be a trailblazer, you better get comfortable with that feeling." And that's the way it is, guys. If you want to reach your max potential, you're going to have people look at you weird. But how cool is that? Doesn't matter how successful it is you are. Look at whoever your favorite athlete is. There are people that are going to hate on that person. Doesn't matter. They are still unique. They are still amazing. They are still living to their max potential. What is it that you can do to change to go to your max potential? All right, guys. Peace out for this week. Have a wonderful week. Hasta luego.